In this short video, we will cover the 4-to-1 advantage piggyback system. We will talk about the proper techniques for building the system to be kept in the pre-rig fashion, and go over the basic steps needed to deploy the system and attach to a line needing to be hauled. The 4-to-1 piggyback system's intended use is to be able to attach to a loaded line needing to be hauled, giving you a 4-to-1 advantage. It is not intended to be attached to a line that could be converted. An example would be your main line hooked up to an MPD that could be converted with a Z-rig. Equipment needed to build the system will be 3 large carabiners, 2 single swivel pulleys, and 1 Gibbs. Now that you have all the equipment needed in place, the rescuer can start to build the system by attaching his Gibbs to a single swivel pulley with the use of a carabiner. The second step will be to attach the single pulley to the running end of the rope. The third step will be to attach a single swivel pulley to your figure 8 on a bight with the use of a carabiner. The fourth step is to attach the second single pulley to the running end of the rope. The fifth and final step will be to attach your last carabiner on the running end of the rope in between the 2 single pulleys. Now that the rescuer has finished building the 4-to-1 piggyback, it is ready to be used or stored as a pre-rig system, otherwise known as a POS. The 4-to-1 piggyback will be stored as a pre-rig system kept in an orange bag located in the transverse compartment of Rescue 71. When presented with a situation that your 4-to-1 piggyback will be beneficial, simply pull it out of the bag and you will find your familiar POS. At this point, you'll want to lay your system out on the ground neatly, and you're going to attach your Gibbs as close to the load as possible. Once the Gibbs is connected, the rescuer does a quick check to verify that his carabiners are in the locked position. Then he moves on to his next step by grabbing the single carabiner located in between the 2 pulleys. Here he'll get his scene-specific measurement by pulling the line back to his anchor point. Good practice is to go about 8 inches past your point of contact. He'll now tie a figure 8 on a bight and hook the carabiner into his anchor. At this point, the rescuer is now prepared to haul the line. He will reset the Gibbs as needed, like we know with the familiar Z-rig. A great example of when the piggyback system may prove to be beneficial, like seen in the video today, we connect it to a belay line. We would do this in case of a main line failure. Keep in mind you will need a second rescuer to manage slack at the 540, which will capture the load. Another example would be when presented with a victim that's on his own system that has not been shock loaded and doesn't have a proper haul system in place. Keep in mind, in this given scenario, you will have to find a way to capture your progress as you haul the load up. A couple options you would have would be to add a Prusix to the running end of their line and attach it to the anchor point. Or if their line is the proper diameter to be used with a 540 belay, you could add the 540 belay once enough slack is generated. This sums it up for the pre-rig 4-to-1 piggyback system. Train with it often, think outside of the box, and the possibilities where it may prove to be beneficial could be endless.